Middle, there is a picture give idea about the project, and down there are some videos describe the project. So now let's get started. As we know, a large amount of energy is wasted by vehicles on speed breaker through friction. Energy can be produced by using the vehicle weights and speed. The team proposed a smart speed breaker that generates power, which called speed pump power generator. The device allows vehicles to pass from both sides. The system makes use of mechanical assembly with metal sheets with linkage that press down with spring arrangement. Using the motion and the weight of the vehicles was the method that the team relied on to design the device. The mass of the vehicles allows the top plate to move the rack, which converts the vertical motion to horizontal through the pinion, which helps to rotate the generator. Welding, cutting, drilling were the manufacturing process that the team used to build the device, using weld process to join the outside structure of the device, while using cutting to shape the top and the bottom plate. Drilling process was used to join the parts of the whole device by screws. The advantage of the speed pump power generator is that electricity is generated throughout the year as long as there is a movement of vehicles. The amount of generated is about 12 volt. The speed pump generator can produce power that can be used to control traffic speed. Therefore, it ensures the safety of pedestrians. Speed pump generator works in all weather conditions and it's environmentally friendly. Now let's move to the requirement. Here is the requirement. The hydraulic system must be moved up and down at least 6 inches. The project must generate at least 10 watts per strike. The dimensions must be about 600, 400, 600 millimeter. The gears must mesh with other gears to transmit altered torque and rotation. The top plate must return to the first position with no more than 5 seconds. Analysis. The team had done calculation on converting power rack and pinion arrangement, which helped to transmit the motion of the vehicles, and gear ratio, which enable the gears to transmit altered torque and rotation. Construction. Rack and pinion spring arrangement is fixed at the speed breaker, which is mounted below the L-shaped window. The spring is used to return the inclined L-shaped window in the same position by releasing the load. The pinion shaft is connected to the supporter by end bearings. The large gear is also coupled with the pinion shaft so that the large gear is running the same speed of the pinion. The large gear is coupled to the small cycle gear with the help of the shaft. The large gear is used to transfer the rotation force to the small gear. The small gear is running in the same direction of the forward and reverse direction of rotational movement of the gear of the large gear. The action looks like a cycle pending shaft action. The flywheel and gear wheel are also coupled to the small pinion shaft. The flywheel is used to increase the RPM of the small pinion shaft. The gear wheel is coupled to the generator shaft with the help of another gear wheel. The rack will be attached to the top plate of the speed breaker. Once the top plate moves down, it will move the rack with a vertical motion. The pinion will be placed into a shaft and mesh with the rack in order to convert the vertical motion to horizontal. This cycle will allow the generator to convert power. Let's move to the testing. The gear part should be moved back and forth flexibility in order to meet the requirement of the test method. The amount of power generated by the generator is measured by millimeter. Finding the best method to determine the amount of the power produced by the device is a challenge. In order to determine the power of the speed power generator, the millimeter is connected on the generator. When, when the force struck on the plate, the generator produced power. One of the engineering issues expressed during the testing is that during application of the force, the generator got broken. Therefore, the broken part has to be fixed. Determination of the minimum force that can produce a minimum power is a challenge. In addition, during the test, it was evident that the minimum amount of the force needed to produce some power is 250 pounds. This implies that people with the mass less than 250 pounds will not have any impact when they pass on the generator. Reducing the minimum load will ensure that the generator is efficient and maximize the available resource. The output of the generator is measured in voltage, and the generator is ready through the use of the millimeter. A single strike produces a power of 8 watts. During construction of the generator, dimension that right material that can withstand the force that will not break and generate is challenge. Dimension of the spring constant that ensure that the returning time is at a minimum is a challenge thing. More trials were done to come up with the more efficient springs. The result of the testing were better than expected. The speed pump power generator generates 15 to 20 watts, which was more than expected. However, the device has generated 10 to 20 watts and endured a load of 500 pounds, which is the double of our expectation. The accuracy is 200%. The budget, the consumed budget for a speed pump power generator is to 291, and it is divided into three categories. The first category is for buying parts that do not need a machine and manufacture, such as rack, pinion, and shaft. Second category is buying raw material in order to machine and manufacture parts of the device, such as top and bottom plate, road support, and cap of the top plate. Third category is rebuying parts, repairing parts or raw material instead of parts that have machined wrongly. 80% of the budget was used to buy and manufacture the part of the device, while 20% of the used to solve the manufacture issue. The team members have met the planned schedule and kept following the schedule. However, some challenges have countered the team. One of the pending process for the cap of the device using basic method to bend were used were unhelpful because the metal sheet did not take the required shape. Moreover, the team tried another method such as using and an end table and hammer in order to bend the sheet metal, but the technique failed also. Therefore, the team member decided to use metal that already bent to modify the cap of the top plate till meeting the requirement. The issue had affected the planning schedule for manufacturing parts. However, the team had solved the issue within a short time, which allowed the team to go back on the track. Thank you so much.